top, let's go.
They do not know what Sactown brings. When on the low, that's a Sactown thing. Talking about us, it's a bounce out thing. Must they forgot we some Sacramento Kings. Whole squad going crazy, yeah, we back with it. Northern Cali going crazy, one sack winning. If you doubted us then, ain't no back spinning. This is real right here, ain't no catfishing. So tell me what you see now. Coming down the lane off the rebound. It's 9-16 now. Look towards the sky like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now.
Let's go!
Tell them like the beam now. If you reppin' that Kings like the beam now. Sac crowd, make sure everyone knows. Let me tell you how this thing really goes. Yeah, we travel deep. Whether we home or on the road, we lit. You don't want that smoke, we the team of the year. We shaking things over here, don't doubt, we believe over here. We don't bleed over here. And let me just speak real clear, only deal with real kings over here. So tell me, we only deal with real kings over here. So kings only deal with real only deal with real kings over here. So tell me what you see now. Coming down the lane off the rebound. It's 9-16 now. Look toward the sky like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. If you reppin' that Kings like the beam now. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Talking about some things you was not about. Tell them we don't play like the lockout. Got me feeling like Yeezy on the dropout. Can't deal with no phonies. Flow like baloney. Ain't no game round here, homeboy. This ain't Sony. They said they gon' show me. It's in me, not on me. You don't know me. Tell the game what's up now. They hating from the bus now. Been doing this T-Pain. Drop the up, down. Oh, I'm on the hunt now. Tell me what you want now. Yeah, I do my dance when you see me in the touchdown. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out.
Yeah, when we pulling up, my nigga, let me know. And if the haters hate, we finna let him go. Pull up, pop out, two-step, hit the torpedo. When we do our thing, homie, don't let your shorty go. Everywhere we go, we do the stupid dance. I've been doing this since Soulja Boy taught y'all the Superman. Always showing love, we play the stupid jams. Hit you with them shots and got the kind of aim that Cupid has. We ain't never scared, we don't play about it. Keep the party going, give a damn what they say about it. Gotta keep it simple, this for everybody. Ladies and the homies, it's a function, we don't care about it. Flopping in the whip, got the speakers going crazy. Block party lit, family geeking, getting way. Grannies to the uncles, to the nieces, to the babes. We gon' get it cracking like a weekend.
Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out.
Go DJ.
California. Yeah. Yeah. Back on my bull. Back on my cool. I'm turning it up. They feeling the heat, so they searching for pools. Tripping on me cause I'm doing my thing and they hoping that I'll be the fool. Taking the game and I'm screwing it up while these boys still searching and looking for tools. Playing it cool, faking it's who. Yeah, they look mad cause I'm breaking the rules. Breaking it loose while I'm breaking some news. Give me your pride and I'm breaking that too. They ain't ahead of us. They don't compare to us. They feeling the key cause they hearing the change like I open the register. Flexing on tracks cause this thing is not optional. Leg day is coming, I'm jumping the obstacles.
What's up, Kings fans? Smash up that like button. We're gonna get started here shortly.
Boy, go get you a sponsor. All of that chatting, all of that acting, gon' mess around, get you an Oscar. They calling me Terrence, I hustle and flow. They all on my line cause I'm still in the vote. Your girl all on me cause she feeling the stroke. Make them say whoa when I'm getting my woe. Talking like I do not got it. You talking like your boy is not it. When you talk, all I hear is yappa, yappa, yada, 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 yada. Most of your favorites ain't dealing with me. Pouring it up like the end of the week. You don't let us in, we still in the keys. We coming from nothing and ending the street. Aiming at throats and taking out knees. They feeling the pressure and know they can't breathe. Winning the races and taking the places and walking their stages like it's a degree. Feel it in your veins, it's a dope flow. Got the whole game in a chokehold. They taking too long, you can't see me now. Put them in boxes like photos. Packing the bags and hitting new land. I do what I want, they do what they can. All in their way, I'm messing up plans. I'm speaking the truth, I keep it a Grant. Waiting for Zel, never will fail. Waist looking slim, she eating her kale. I'm peeping the game and playing it well. She throwing it back like it's way too excel. Come from the pain and I'm chasing no fame. I come up with morals, can't slander my name. Taking what's mine and grabbing the flame. Shooting my shot and yelling out game. Know what's real when I'm giving the feel. Can't look back when you turning the wheel. Go get a doctor, I'm giving the chills. Told them to get out, grab the key and they pill. I warn them that I am a factor. Clearing the way for this tractor. Got some new goals, never will fold. Came too far just to back up. Nah, this ain't what you used to. We ain't tripping on nobody, we just moved through. You couldn't keep up, cause my steps too long. It's time to wake them up, they have slept too long. Zel. I remember when you was crying over tests. You know I held you tight while your head was on my chest. I wanna go back to the times we didn't stress. Everything was black and white, something like a ref. I swear our love is slept on. You can have my left arm. Your friends was talking mess, but you was never crept on. Your mind was saying that, your friends was saying this. I ain't never raised my voice, never once called you a I know as a woman, a lot is on your mind. You thinking about the future, you questioning the time. Well, baby, I'm your answer, let me be right by your side. I wanna see you shine, when you tired, let me drive. I ain't in a rush, girl, you know I got the patience. Remember when we used to picture better situations? I know your past struggles, them other guys wasn't wise. But look into my eyes, I promise it's you and I. Baby, please tell me the truth. Please, no more lies about you. Yeah, you know this feeling isn't cool. How can I be your rock? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? When I look into your eyes, I am not seeing a clue. I know you going through it too. How can I stop loving you? We was at my boy's wedding, celebrating love. Now we sitting here like, what the hell is us? I wanna freeze time for the hours that we rush. I thought we had sparks, but that wasn't what it was. College situations, you know that we have planned it. Out of state flights and resorts from when we landed. There's nobody else that I care for in this planet. Kisses on the counter, things I never took for granted. I swear that I can't let you go. You got me all emotional. You used to tell me everything. Now you not approachable. All the laughs that we shared, I thought this never be. Now all we got is missed calls and red receipts. I know I seen this coming. I really tried to stop this. There's so many things I know that we could accomplish. This house ain't the same when I cannot see your face. My heart is in the open. I don't know what else to say. Baby, please tell me the truth. Please, no more lies about you. Yeah, you know this feeling isn't cool. How can I be your rock? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? When I look into your eyes, I am not seeing a clue. I know you going through it too. How can I stop loving you? They do not know what Sactown brings know that's a Sactown thing. Talking about us, it's a bounce out thing. Must they forgot we some Sacramento Kings. Whole squad going crazy, yeah, we back with it. Northern Cali going crazy, one sack winning. If you doubted us, then ain't no back spinning. This is real right here, ain't no catfishing. So tell me what you see now. Coming down the lane off the rebound. It's 9:16 now. Look towards the sky like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. If you reppin' that Kings like the beam now. Sac proud, make sure everyone knows. Let me tell you how this thing really goes. Yeah, we travel deep, whether we home or on the road, we lit. You don't want that smoke, we the team of the year. We shaking things over here, don't doubt, we believe over here. We don't bleed over here. And let me just speak real clear, only deal with real kings over here. So tell me what you see now. Coming down the lane off the rebound. It's 9:16 now. Look toward the sky like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam, like the beam now. You can tell them like the beam now. Tell them like the beam now. If you reppin' that Kings like the beam now. Yeah, we about to reinvest on this one. You gotta get to the money, right? Messing with me and you'll never get an inch, player. Been on the court and you are just a bench player. Gotta be tripping if you claiming you ain't heard of me. Feeling like the best, but I guess that's just the nerve of me. Gotta get this bag, gotta push the gas when the engine's bad. Stay on the grind, on me, it's your time. They just sad cause they mentions crash, now you know though. I got the dope flow, got the rap game in a chokehold. Can't let go, I got a bet though. Blending on in like a gecko, staying on track so you know that I swerve the honey. Where I'm from, you gotta earn the money. Invest in yourself, don't burn the money. Take a class and learn the money. I got a goal list, I need 4 cribs. Put my mom and my pops where they both hit. Put my brother in the hills where they don't live. Me and my wife by the ocean. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get paid. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get paid. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get paid.
Welcome to Royal Rebounds TV with Calvin and Barry. Just 2 crazy fans of the Sacramento Kings and they sharing their opinion. So be sure that you subscribe. It's for the fans, by the fans. Whether you chilling on the couch or wildin' in the stands. For laid back conversations about the Kings, subscribe here. Staying down until we come up thinking this gon' be our year. We're here, drinking beer, talking about the Kings. Be sure you subscribe so you can hear that bell ring, yeah.
What's up, Kings fans? Welcome back to Royal Rebounds, the Sacramento Kings YouTube channel for fans by fans. The Sacramento Kings beat the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, 124-115. I know for many Kings fans, this is not what you were expecting, right? The Kings did not score 170 points tonight, and for that, I do apologize. But Calvin and I are here. We're back in the studio. What is up? Shout out to all my Kings fans out there. Don't forget to smash up that like button, hit that subscribe button. Calvin, what's up?
What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Good to have you back.
I'm back, dude. I'm healthy. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm fired up. I'm still alive.
Kings are still undefeated since the All-Star break.
That they are. You want to take it real quick? I just got to adjust this camera 1 second.
Dylan, no, I'm sorry. I did not see your tweet. I don't know when you sent it, but I may have been DJing or something if it was recently, very recently. But hey, Kings win again. Looking good. Looking real good.
Yeah, they're looking excellent.
Light the beam.
They are looking great.
We're back in the studio. Got the chain on. Air Fox 5.
Yeah.
Dude,
I like it.
Fox is the man.
He is the man.
He is the man.
We'll definitely
right now.
talk about De'Aaron Fox. I got the Royal Family shirt on. You can always pick that up on RoyalRebounds.com. Got to give a quick shout out to all my homies here, all my Royal Family in the chat. I see Jim is here, Tito, Dylan, Double O, Jesus, Fred is here, Patrick, Tom. Welcome in, everybody. Key Kings, Makami. Wow, a lot of OGs in here. Gotham is here. Tom is here. Lane is here. Welcome in, everybody. Bench Matthew. Wow, Bench Matthew. Hopefully you're doing okay. Angel is here, and Gilbert. Welcome in. Let's go ahead and start the show. Calvin, Kings win tonight. It's feeling good, dude. We got a good little 3-game winning streak going. And if you look back, the Kings have won, what is this, 6 games out of the last 8?
I count 7 of 9.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah. And yes, Dylan, I did. It was the first thing I said to Barry when he walked in the door was, I was so close. So close. 1 point, man. 1 point.
1 point off on the prediction. But Calvin, Kings win tonight. Give me your first thoughts on the game.
I was really happy with, yes, Oklahoma City made runs. I mean, they've been playing competitively all year long, even without their star player. They're a good young team that comes at you, and they can score in bunches. So I'm not surprised that they made it a close game, but I was really, really happy to see the Kings come out to start the first half and the second half looking really focused, really ready. The defense was good for spurts. They were able to get themselves off to good starts in both halves. They just seem to know the gravity of the moment here, knowing that they're coming down the stretch run. A lot of the guys on this team maybe haven't been in this situation before, but they do have people that they can lean on for this moment. Harrison Barnes has won a championship. Matthew Dellavedova, this is the reason he's on the team. And the coaching staff. Mike Brown is clearly getting these guys ready for a big-time stretch run. And the fact that the Kings are on the road, still coming out focused, ready to play right from the tip. That was really the thing that I was looking for most in this game, because how many times have we heard it before? Road game, early start.
Yep.
Other team star player isn't playing.
Trap game.
They've come out and fumbled it a little bit. And really, other than the first quarter of the Portland game, they've played lights out pretty much for every single quarter in these 3 games since.
Yeah, I mean, we've been hearing all sorts of things from all the stats experts out there. Shout out to Will Z Stats. I saw something floating around. Apparently, the Kings have the best offensive rating for a season of any team all time. We'll definitely talk about that today on the show, because that definitely stands out for me. De'Aaron Fox, 33 points, another big performance for him. No, Malik didn't have 45 tonight, but I thought he played pretty good. But I got to give a shout out to my guy, Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray, 20 big points tonight, was doing everything on the floor until he started making his shots late in this game, and yeah, they were all going in. Dude, every time he shoots a 3, I'm like, it's good. It's good.
He's got such a beautiful stroke.
He really does, and he's starting to play better defense. He's starting to pass the ball better. He's just doing everything better, and he's continuing to progress. I want to talk about the Rookie of the Year voting a little bit later in the show, so definitely some stuff I want to talk about. But hey, let's go ahead here and dive into the box score. Domas Sabonis, almost a triple-double in this game, 36 minutes of action, 6 of 8 from the field, 14 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists. Harrison Barnes, 33 minutes, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Definitely want to talk about HB. He did have a block in this game, and between this game and the last game, hasn't scored a lot of points, but he's done all the other things that it takes to win basketball games. So shout out to HB. Keegan Murray, 32 minutes of action, 7 of 15 from the field, 4 of 9 from three-point range, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and only 1 turnover tonight for Keegan Murray. I'm going to hit that one more time for all my friends in the chat.
Oh, we're going to be hitting that a lot tonight.
All right, De'Aaron Fox, 37 minutes of action, 11 of 19 from the field, 3 of 9 from three-point range, and 8 of 12 from the free throw line. 33 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, Only one turnover in this game from De'Aaron Fox, and that came on an offensive foul. So we got to give a shout-out to De'Aaron Fox. He's definitely been taking care of the ball a little bit better. There was a few moments
Was
in
it
the
an
last
offensive
game.
foul? I thought it was on the shot clock violation that at the end of the game that didn't even matter.
No, it was the offensive foul.
Oh, really? Okay.
And, you know, as amazing as that last game was, and I know you guys didn't get to see the look on my face, but I was ecstatic. I'm still buzzing after that last win. Dude, 176 to 175. I will never forget that score, Calvin. I might get that tatted across my chest. But anyways, De'Aaron Fox had a few late turnovers in that game. He looked tired. He was ready for action tonight and is doing much better at keeping control of the basketball. Kevin Huerter, you know, we'll talk about him. He looked like he was playing in the three-point competition in this game. 4 from three-point range, 20 minutes, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 4 turnovers in this game. Kevin Huerter seems to be the only one slumping right now in the Kings, and that's okay because we're still getting wins. Trey Lyles splashing threes tonight. There's a reason his first name is Trey. 3 of 5 from three-point range, 25 minutes off the bench, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal in this game. 6 points for Metu, 2 for Davion, 6 for Terrence Davis. And my guy Malik Monk, 20 minutes of action, 4 of 6 from the field, 4 of 5. Calvin, 4 of 5 from three-point range, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Malik Monk, light the effing beam. How many likes do we need on this video before we light the beam tonight, Cal?
Well, let's go 45.
45 likes. Okay, 45 likes. You guys heard it. Smash up that like button. We would love to light the beam tonight, just like your Sacramento Kings. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Brittany. I don't know if all of you guys follow us on Twitter or not, but Brittany's been making light the beam signs for your game room, for your wall, for your man cave. They are absolutely incredible. Check out our Twitter page. I posted a video of her light the beam sign. There's also some contact information on there as well. Reach out to Brittany, support your Kings fans, and get one of those light the beam signs for your game room.
They are sweet.
They
super,
really are.
super awesome.
We might need to get one here for the studio. But Calvin, anything here that really stood out for you in the player stats? I mean, I'm not even going to mention. Actually, I'll give one mention. No SGA tonight. I'll give you 2 mentions. Isaiah Joe can really shoot the 3.
Sure can. He only had 3 points at halftime, too. They did a good job on him defensively in the first half, but that guy is a scorer who's having a fantastic season. I think the thing that stands out the most to me in the box score is Keegan, right? I mean, obviously 20 points is big, but 6 rebounds is huge. 3 steals is even bigger. You mentioned it a little bit already. He just looks like a completely different player. I think this is a perfect example of a guy who, in the early part of his rookie season, everything was a learning experience, and he had to learn a lot quicker on the fly because the Kings were winning games.
Yes, sir.
That's the biggest difference between him, his situation, and some of the other rookies that were in the top 5 of the draft last year and their situations. Banchero, it puts up numbers every night that he's having a really good year statistically, but it's not the same, and they ask him to do a lot more. He has the ball a lot more in his hands. Keegan has had to learn how to play winning basketball, and you could see the difference in his focus and how he sees the game right now. Before he was he was overthinking or overreacting. Exactly. Now he's playing more instinctively. He's much more confident on both sides of the ball. You can see it when he puts it on the floor. You can see it when he plays defense. He is really, really hitting a great stride right now, and that is going to be huge for the Kings down the stretch and in the postseason.
Yeah, Calvin, you got the hair up. What's going on?
It
looks a little messy today.
So I was watching the game in the living room, and our air conditioner is broken down there, and it is like really, really hot right now because it's the hottest part of the day. So forgive me, but I'm going to be way too hot if I take the
No
hair
worries,
down.
man. You can turn the fan on.
I'll do it. Do it after the next one because the Kings are going to beat them again on Tuesday. So
shout out to Neil here in the chat. Shout out to Sean. I think we said shout out to Jeff the Lefty, Tito. Brian is here, and Mojo. Shout out to Mojo. Sass is here as well. Shout out to Sass. Sass says Keegan is our 3rd best player. Calvin, you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say overall he is right now. I mean, definitely when you add in the fact that he's before or earlier in the season, he was learning how to play off-ball defense, help defense. He was getting in the spot for the right at the right moment to take charges and things like that. Now they're throwing him out on primary ball handlers as the main on-ball defender as well. That's how much more confidence he's getting in his game. So I totally agree with that. At the moment, he is third best player.
Yeah, we got our first caller of the night. It is the Island Boys.
The Kings won, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Kings won, yeah. The Sacramento Kings, oh, yeah, the Kings won, yeah. Box is so fast. Sabanas is so strong, yeah. Coach Mike is so smart, yeah. They're the playoffs, yeah.
As far as the team stats go tonight, the Kings shoot almost 53% from the field as opposed to 47% for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kings shoot 42% from three as opposed to 40% for the Thunder. Almost 67% from the free throw line, Calvin. That's definitely something I'm not happy about, but hey, I'm happy about the win, so I'll take that. Kings out-rebound the Thunder tonight 48-37. They out-assist the Thunder 32-24. I think they might be, what are they, top 3 in the league in assists? They're up there.
Per game or total assists?
Per game, they're up there for sure. 7 steals tonight for the Kings as opposed to 10 for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Only 1 block tonight in this game for either team, and that was the Kings. A lot of turnovers in this game. 20 total turnovers for the Kings. They had 8 in the first half of this game, 12 in the second half, 14 turnovers for the Thunder. Fast break points, 14 for the Kings as opposed to 15 for the OKC Thunder. And then points in the paint. The Kings continue to pound it down below inside. 46 points in the paint for the Sacramento Kings. Their largest lead was 15 in this game, Cal.
Yep. And I mean, if they had made, even half of the free throws that they missed, this lead or the win would have been even bigger, obviously.
Yeah.
15 points.
Yeah, I mean, there's always little things that we like to nitpick at and say, oh, you could have shot the free throws better. You could have turned the ball over less. You could have done this a little bit better. But at the end of the day, I'm happy about the win. That's all that really matters.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these are all things that they'll go, into tomorrow's off day and look at and say, we need to be better here. We can't turn the ball over as much. That's how we let Oklahoma City back in this game. But, yeah, like you said, this was, I think, a wire-to-wire win. I mean, it doesn't really get any better than that.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. Dylan says, I think I saw they were 5th in the NBA in assists per game. So shout out to Dylan there. Dylan knows a lot more than I do. Also want to give a shout out to a couple people watching or listening via Twitter Spaces. We got Nick here and we got Fred. Nick, I see you requesting to come up on stage. Definitely want to talk to you. Want to get some stats from you. Figure out how many pieces of pizza you had tonight. But we got to finish up a couple things first. Couple housekeeping things first. So Calvin. Who got the chain tonight?
Oh, I'm giving it to Keegan. I don't know who officially has gotten the chain yet, but Keegan is going to get it from me. I loved his effort tonight defensively, both as an on-ball defender and as a help defender. Played the passing lanes really, really well. 3 steals and a bunch of rebounds. Crashed the glass very, very nicely on offense. I'm giving it to Keegan. Fox was, again, very, very good. If I could give him the chain every night, I probably would. I used to say that about Davion, but Fox has just taken it to another level, and that's actually, I think, taking some minutes away from Davion overall. But I'm going to say, G-Man got it. That makes a lot of sense. But for the people who actually played tonight, I would give it to Keegan.
3,000 games.
Shout out to G-Man. 3,000 games is great.
Honestly, Calvin, 3,000 is really surprising. That's a long career. And honestly, I'm surprised he survived the last game. I almost had a heart attack during that last game, dude.
Right?
That game was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. Shout out to G-Man. Just catching up here on Twitter. Nick, dude, I would love to send you a sign, but I can't, dude. I don't make the signs. I'm not in charge of the signs. You got to hit up Brittany if you want one of those signs. I'm sure she would love to send you one. Okay, can we hit 50 wins, says Jesus.
I mean, it's certainly possible.
Why not hit 50 wins?
Why not? I think it's going to be that will be very difficult to do. It goes without saying. But the fact that they've gotten off to this great start, I think that the continuity of this team right now offensively is just so good. It's definitely better than any other team in the NBA. It'll be interesting to see what Phoenix finally looks like when Kevin Durant starts playing. But this team, they can beat anybody, obviously. So,
did you see what Devin Booker said in response to whether the Suns were a super team or not?
Yeah, they only had one All-Star.
He's like, our only All-Star was Kevin Durant. And it's like, okay, all right. That's kind of like a subtle, like, you snubbed me for the All-Star game, so now you got to deal with it. Hey, Phoenix is a bunch of bitches, in my opinion, Calvin. And I wouldn't be afraid of them if we get lined up with them in the first round. I would not be disappointed at all, because this Kings team gives me more and more confidence every single game, Calvin.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm riding high off of 3-game winning streak. Maybe I'm riding high off of the best game in NBA history that I've ever seen. But dude, this Kings team is impressing me, and they're doing so good. Also want to give a shout out to Young Zel out there. Young Zel, we appreciate you. You are always watching the channel and supporting all the Kings. You support us, and we support you. If you don't know, Young Zel's got an awesome single called "Light the Beam," and a lot of other wonderful songs too that Calvin DJs at the beginning of the show. So shout out to Young Zel. You guys all need to go out there and support him. Great music and a great Sacramento Kings fan. Tom brings up a good point here. Fox is picking pockets and throwing down windmills. Calvin, I posted after the last game that Malik Monk gives De'Aaron Fox that fire. And I really meant that. Like, I know over the past couple years, what a lot of people, and myself included, yourself included, have said that this Kings team was missing was a dog. They missed a true leader, a guy that was willing to get in people's faces, do whatever it takes, be the dog. And as much as I wanted De'Aaron Fox to be that guy, he hadn't been that guy. Now he seems to be that guy. We saw him after the last game, right? Where he's like, oh, you're talking about, who are you talking about? The guy on the other side? We don't give a fuck who we're playing. We're that guy. Yeah. We are that team. We don't care, whatever. And, it's like after this game, right? We see the steal, the windmill dunk. He's chirping at Malik Monk on the sidelines. Like, they're best friends, obviously. They played together in college, and he just seems to give him that confidence, that extra boost to allow De'Aaron Fox to be the fiery leader, the fiery personality that he has to be, and it's showing up with wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that completely. I think that Mike Brown also has a lot to do with that. Just being around a head coach. De'Aaron Fox said all the right things about Luke Walton while he was there, defended him multiple times, but you can see this relationship is different, right?
He's never had a guy like this before.
Absolutely.
It's like saying, my ex-girlfriend was so amazing because that was all you had. Yeah. And then once you have like a good girlfriend, then you're like, okay.
So I think it's just a combination of everything. You all of a sudden are winning. Winning cures a lot of things. When you go through that many losing seasons in a row over and over and over and over again. And then, the team doesn't seem to put maybe the right pieces around you to help you. It can definitely wear on you for sure. So bringing in guys like Malik Monk, Mike Brown to be the coach, all of that stuff, including the fact that they're winning, trading for Sabonis, it's just a total package thing for De'Aaron Fox that has really ignited him, I believe.
Yeah, and guys, please, I know a bunch of you guys are watching right now. We appreciate you all so much. Hit that like button. It really helps us a lot. It helps us grow the channel. We're here just doing this for fun. We're fans like you. We enjoy putting out awesome content. So please, we get paid in likes. So smash up that like button. What'd you say, 45 likes and we light the beam tonight? 45 likes. So we're 45. Like 15 likes away, and we'll light that MFing beam. Shout out to Logan here. Have you seen the bouncer?
I have not seen the bouncer.
I didn't get a message. Maybe he's in the bathroom or something.
Have not seen him.
Huh. I wonder where the bouncer is. That's quite interesting. But hey, back on De'Aaron Fox. I mean, we talk about the leadership abilities and some of these other things, but let's talk about on the court, like his game. What have you seen in the past like month or so that he's gotten better at, that he seems to be more comfortable, more confident at? Like, and does that have anything to do with this first All-Star nod?
Well, I think the All-Star probably adds to the confidence, but I think he was already there before that. I saw someone asking, will he win Western Conference Player of the Month for February. He's got to be the front runner right now, I would say. I mean, he's second in the entire league in points per game for the month. The assist numbers have been great. The turnover
Logan, we're not bouncing
ratio
you, bro.
is fantastic. Oh, no, definitely not bouncing anybody. But I think that this is just the culmination of, all the hard work that he's put in. I wouldn't say that there's one thing or more that he's necessarily doing exponentially better than he used to. I mean, for the last couple of years, he's been this type of player. He just is capitalizing on the opportunities right now. He's more efficient. I mean, shooting at 57% from the field in the clutch. Even his three-point numbers are up in the clutch and in the fourth quarter. The fact that he's taken it on himself to be the guy defensively for them in key situations, it's just, again, a culmination of all of this stuff, I think, being put around him. The team fits him better. He's a fantastic finisher. He's upped his free throw percentage. Those things he has gotten better at compared to, the previous years in his career.
Yeah.
But I think at this moment in time, he's finally just realized how to use his speed and his change of direction and the deceleration to the point where it's really just unstoppable. I mean, his ability to know that he can get guys off balance with one step or with one jab step, and then the body control to be able to immediately stop on a dime for a floater or for a pull-up, from the mid-range free throw line extended area, which he just never misses from. It's just a confidence level for him right now that I think has taken it to a whole nother level. And I think he's using the newfound defensive strength to fuel that offense as well.
Yeah, I think what Dylan points out here, he's also getting to the free throw line more.
He is definitely attempting more, and he's making
good.
more of them
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he is.
That's a huge thing.
And I would say maybe he's making the 3-point shot a little bit more, which is making defenders respect him a little bit more.
He is. I mean, overall for the season, I think he's still around 33%, which is not that much better than he's been in previous years. But like I mentioned before, it's all about the fourth quarter and the clutch for him, right? And those numbers are really good. I think he's like 37% from three or 36 from three in clutch moments. So, again, winning does a lot of things for you, right? It just builds your confidence to a level. He already knew that he was able to get shots like this and be effective in the paint and all that stuff.
Todd and McCamey says playing against Davion Mitchell in practice.
Sure. All of that stuff helps. It's not one thing, right? Like, this is, again, a total package of things that over time, it's his 6th year in the league. He's seen so many defenses at him, at this moment in time. He knows how to attack. He's got the release valves, too, that he can rely on and trust. In the past, he hasn't always had those teammates that you can really trust either. So it's just a whole combination or a whole package of things that is producing what you're seeing now. I mean, he's entering the prime of his career. So this is the guy that I think all of us maybe expected him to look like once he finally figured it all out.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't got to talk to Ethan in about a week or so. I'm interested to hear what Ethan and all the other haters have to say, the De'Aaron Fox haters.
They'll always say something. I mean,
Yeah.
I mentioned it in the chat today, right? There were a lot of people this time last year who wanted him traded for Ben Simmons.
Oh, my
Can you imagine where the Kings would be right now if they had actually done that?
They would have been normal. They would have been the Kings, right? Like, that would have been the most Kings thing to do. It would have been. That would have been par for the course for the Kings. But I am so grateful of Monty and not falling into peer pressure, not dealing with that, because go look at Ben Simmons right now. Go look at Ben Simmons. But, hey, Calvin, I think I want to hear from Nick. You ready to hear from Nick?
Let's do it.
All right, let's bring Nick up here and see. Nick.
What's up, Calvin? What's up?
What's up, Nick?
What's up, Nick? How are you, man?
Good. Hey, light the beam.
Light
the beam.
You
Nick,
should light it right now. Light it up right now.
I wanna ask you real quick, and don't tell me play better defense. What have you seen different out of De'Aaron Fox this year?
He is playing better.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
He's playing
not
better.
wrong.
He's playing really good.
Yeah, he is playing really good. What part of him is playing better, or what part of his game is better? Is it his shooting? Is it, what do you think he's doing better?
It's his shooting. He's shooting good,
Okay.
and I like the way he's shooting better. I like the way that they're doing better. They're doing better than they were before.
Yeah, Captain Obvious. Dude, he's hitting it right on the head.
And before it was the past, but this is all fresh new. So you can do it now. You can win games by playing good. And when you play good defense, remember, defense wins games.
It didn't win the last game, Nick. I guess
No.
it did. It's at certain points. Nick, I would love to light the beam, but we need like 4 more likes. Can you remind everybody?
Almost there.
We need 4 more likes. If we get 4 more likes, we are gonna light the beam like right now.
Smash up that like button and we will light the beam when we hit 45. Nick, I mean, I got to get this question out of the way. How many pieces of pizza did you eat today?
I did not have pizza tonight.
Oh,
wow. And the Kings
No
still
pizza.
won.
Yeah,
That just goes to show, man, this team is the real deal, right?
yeah. Why
I thought
not
we were on a
win?
roll, man. Why would you even want to tempt it? Why would you want to potentially jinx the Kings by not eating pizza today? You heard
It's all
SGA
good.
was
You gotta
out.
have a day off every once
He's
in a
like,
while.
SGA's out. I'm so happy. Or maybe he ate too much pizza at the last game.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, that was a extra basketball equals extra pizza, right? Bonus basketball.
Hey, we're
Bonus
going
pizza.
to the playoffs. We're gonna get you guys to come out with your microphone set, and we are going to do this. We're gonna talk right outside the Goldman Center and talk about the game.
Let's do it. Why not?
Why?
Why not? I would love to join you guys.
Oh, you'll be there for sure. You'll be the first person we notify.
Nick,
as soon as the plane lands.
We'll bring the microphones. You bring the pizza.
Yes, I will.
Sound like a deal?
Yes.
All right. We got to give a shout out to Skip and Tosh is in the chat. I'm going to call him Skip
Light
and
the
Tosh
beam
until he
and
changes his name.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
light the beam. Why not? Light the beam and go Kings.
Go Kings. So, Nick, last question before I let you go. The Kings beat the Thunder tonight, but hey, we got another game against OKC on Tuesday. It's hard to beat a team twice in a row. We'll see if SGA is available for that game or not. But in your opinion, what do the Kings need to do to beat the Thunder on Tuesday?
Keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing and keep winning your games, and then you'll win. So, like I said, you need to continue winning your games and continue to win that game and still play like what you did tonight.
Okay. I like that. Same game plan.
Hey,
Exact same.
you like the beam on Tuesday. I will be at the game on Friday against the Clippers, and the Clippers are playing Denver tonight.
Yeah,
They are. Go Nuggets.
Are you going to wear your Light the Beam shirt?
Yes, I will be.
All right. Don't spill any pizza on it. All right, Nick.
Light
Thanks
the
for
beam.
calling in, man. Have a good night. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, like the beam.
Light the beams.
Sleep beams, Nick.
See you, buddy.
Alrighty. Sleep beam.
All right, we got Fred here. Before we get to Fred, because I know everybody loves Fred. I love Fred too. But Calvin, I want to go over what your keys for the game were tonight, because according to Nick, all we got to do to win on Tuesday is just do the same thing.
Well, Nick knows what he's talking about, because I'm not sure I'm going to change the keys from this game to
Okay.
the next game.
Okay.
Because I felt like they were pretty fitting for this game in particular. Obviously, if SGA plays on Tuesday, that will change things. But overall, I think the keys are pretty much going to be the same. Number one, turnovers. Really the only area where the Kings really struggled today, minus maybe the free throw line, or opportunity that they really gave Oklahoma City to get back in this game. was turnovers. They committed 20 in this one. Oklahoma City is number 1 in the NBA in forced turnovers per game. So I think that definitely remains the same. Number 2, feed the ox. I know he almost got another triple-double. I do think that specifically watching today, when Fox is out of the game and Sabonis is in, especially when they play teams like Oklahoma City that are going to run traditionally smaller lineups, you saw a good 2-minute stretch where the Kings really struggled to shoot from outside. They just kept on throwing them up, though. Kevin Huerter, Terrence Davis, Keegan Murray. There were a lot of threes flying, and none of them were going in. I'm okay with the shots. They were open shots. But I think in those moments, especially when Fox is out of the game and Sabonis has an advantage like that, you have to slow the game down and have better possessions and give him the ball and look for him to be aggressive inside more. Against teams that are better or in a playoff game like this, if you go through those 2-minute, 3-minute slumps where you're really not shooting well from outside and you can't score that many points, that could be a huge swing in the game. And I think the Kings need to do a better job of letting Sabonis slow the game down and be more aggressive looking for his shot or trying to get to the free throw line because he draws so much attention, which is going to create open backdoor cuts and easy buckets for other guys anyway.
He's so strong, too.
He is so strong. And then number 3 is crash the offensive glass. I totally will not change this key for Tuesday's game.
Okay.
13 offensive rebounds again against this team. Oklahoma City gives up more offensive rebounds than any other team in the league. This is absolutely a huge key to the game, especially in the fourth quarter tonight. Number of offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities continued to allow the Kings to stretch that lead out and put the game away late.
I mean, I've been noticing the Kings have been getting a ton more offensive rebounds lately in a bunch of these games. Maybe they heard our podcast a couple months ago where you're like, if the guards rebound a little bit better, we're going to win some more basketball games.
Of course.
But it's, it seemed like maybe the first quarter to first half of the season, they were relying on Domantas Sabonis to get offensive boards. Now I see guards crashing the glass, and maybe they don't get it, but they're tapping it out. There's so many.
Keegan Murray has been absolutely fantastic at this. He is really, really good at positioning himself in the right way. A lot of times he doesn't, like you said, come down with the ball, but he gets a hand on it, which creates other opportunities for guys to grab. He had a number of those tonight to go along with a couple actually secured offensive rebounds. He's been really, really, really solid for them in that category.
Don't give up. Rebounds are all about effort. I mean, 100%. And Calvin, what did they say? Board man?
Board man gets paid.
Board man gets paid. We're stuck on 41, dude. We only need 4 more likes, dude. We can light this beam, and then we can let Fred up on stage and hear from Fred.
Come on, guys. 4 likes. Let's go.
4 likes. We got a bunch of people watching.
Light the fucking beam, as Abe says.
Watching. Abe is here. Abe wants to light the beam. Abe, hit that like button so we can light the beam, man. Bench Matthew says, what does he say?
He says they were definitely watching because, of course, that was our discussion on rebounding.
Shout out to you and Bench Matthew.
Yes. The thesis is going to be published in Sports Illustrated coming up soon.
Matthew, get on Twitter Spaces, man. We'd love to hear from you tonight. Love to hear from you. You always got a lot of really, really good information to say. So, Calvin, while that last like is coming in here, because we are
there it is, 46. Light it.
So close. You want to light the beam
Light
now?
it. 46.
I mean, we're there. Should we light it?
Light it so Fred can talk. I know he's been waiting.
All right.
The dude, it's like 8 in the morning here for him. He's been up all night.
Dude, it's an early game.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, it's late then for him.
Is it late or early?
I don't know.
All right, we'll light the beam. We'll light the beam.
Fire the laser!
Yeah, light the beam. Light the effing beam. Let's hear from Fred. Fred, light the beam.
Light the beam, boys. Light the beam. How are you guys?
Good, buddy. How are you, man?
Yeah, good. Good to see you back together. How you feeling now? You good?
Oh, man.
Feeling great.
I'm feeling much better, Fred. I had like a, have you ever had a headache for like a week straight?
Yeah, no, I haven't, but I can't imagine how that feels. It's probably the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it was like 10 days straight. My head just was constantly pounding and hurting.
That's not good.
It's not there anymore. So good news. Don't think I have a brain tumor or anything. So that's nice.
Anyway, I've actually made some notes tonight. I actually watched the game. I got back from the pub early, so I thought, what? I started writing some notes down because, I want to be constructive when I come on. So,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So, yeah.
Wait. Before we get into this, Fred, what are you drinking tonight?
Red wine, of course. Always red wine.
Okay, I like it.
It's a
What
Merlot
kind of
tonight.
red?
It's a Merlot tonight.
A
It was
Merlot.
a Shiraz the other night. Just a cheap Merlot tonight. It's a Sunday Merlot,
when
you know.
you're sipping on your Merlot, do you put your pinky up in the air?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, interesting. All right, let's hear what notes
Pinky,
you got.
that makes me laugh. Anyway,
spit some
yeah,
knowledge
first one
for
was okay. Tonight was a professional performance, wasn't it? They were professional. It was a professional win, wasn't it? They went in there tonight, especially coming off that win against the Clippers. Emotions could have been riding high,
Great.
and they
Definitely
could have
could have
came
been a
in
letdown game
tonight.
for sure.
But tonight, yeah, it was just professional, and that's what you need. That shows a bit of growth within the team.
My heart is still racing from that last win.
It was great, wasn't it? It was good. I've kind of rewatched the fourth quarter back and the 2 overtime periods back as well.
That's the best basketball game I've ever seen in my life. And to everybody that's watching right now, if you do want to rewatch that game, you can. You can go to NBA.com. You can rewatch it on League Pass. They're offering a 7-day free trial right now, so you don't even have to pay if you want to rewatch that game.
Baffling thing is, I've told a few friends about it here in the UK, and they're like, "What?" They just don't understand.
I
that
heard
was
you
the
found another
second.
UK Kings fan.
Yeah, some guy from Brighton, apparently. Which is always nice. There's 2 of us now. 2 of us here in the UK, which is always cool.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
All right,
Maybe we should.
number 2.
Okay, number 2, Trey Lyles tonight. Trey Lyles scoring.
He was big.
But he's doing it more consistently as well. He's just coming up, and it's good to see. It's great to see off a bench. Trey Lyles coming off a bench, and he's getting those crucial points at the crucial moments. And he's taken a lot of load off of off the starters as well.
Yeah, great point. I mean, there's a reason his first name is Trey, because he can shoot the 3 ball.
That's it.
Anybody coming from San Antonio, because those guys are fundamentally sound. And something we've talked about over and over is what happens when Sabonis is not available, whether it's
trust,
injury
isn't it?
or foul
It's
trouble
a trust thing as well, isn't it?
whatever it is. Trey Lyles seems to be that guy that can kind of step up and do a lot of similar things. I like Metu, but Metu has stopped shooting the 3 as much. Trey's been shooting the 3 ball. Metu's been more active inside, passing the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, he needs
So
to crash
maybe
the balls,
those
doesn't he?
2 guys together can kind of fill in for a guy like Sabonis. So great point.
And it just works. Third note tonight, Sabonis kind of taking a back seat, but still putting up the numbers on a. He's sneakily, filling up the stat sheet, isn't he? But it just seems to me like a lot of the load has come off of Sabonis recently. Like we went through a period of games where kind of Sabonis was digging us out, digging us out of a hole and getting us the wins. But I just found like over the past sort of 10 to 15 games that he's kind of taken a back seat, and the team is kind of taking over. And again, he's still, filling up the stat sheet, but it's nice to see the team kind of growing and the workload actually coming off of Sabonis' back as such. And I think that was probably proved.
What do you think about that, Calvin? Because I've noticed that too. And I wouldn't say he's like taking a back seat per se, but there's definitely been a lot lifted off of him. What do you think?
I do agree with that. I also think at this point in the year, teams are definitely defending Sabonis differently, or maybe not differently.
Yeah.
They're just not allowing him to. Early in the season, you'd be able to give him the ball at the elbow, and he would be able to turn and back down 3 dribbles, maybe even more, before a team sent a double team to him. Now, he's not even able to get 1 dribble before somebody else is all the way across the paint on him. So I think that his opportunities to score himself, even though I just talked about him being more aggressive in some moments, I think his opportunities are fewer now. And for a guy that is always a pass-first guy anyway, that's kind of why you're not seeing him have the 20 to 30 point games anymore.
Yeah.
It's that combined with the fact that other guys like Fred is mentioning are stepping up. Malik Monk has found his outside shot again. Terrence Davis coming back into the lineup and playing really well. Trey Lyles, all these extra, producers for them, like Fred, to Fred's point, is allowing Sabonis to maybe not have to do as much. But I do think teams are definitely very wary of letting him get his back to into somebody and taking 2 or 3 dribbles so that he can survey the floor before he makes a move.
And he's been really efficient.
Yes.
Which I think is
key. He's very efficient, isn't he? But he's also recharging himself as well. He's not getting hit as much, recharged himself for a playoff run. And it brings me to my next point as well.
Doesn't seem to be bothering him either.
Yeah, I reckon that's got to be healed up now.
He doesn't show it at all. So the dude is definitely there's a reason they call him the Ox, right?
Yeah, that's it. And again, it takes me to my next point as well, which is Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray's growth spurt. He's starting to grow in different areas and probably he looks like he's becoming more confident in different areas. Keegan Murray.
Yes, sir.
But again, Keegan Murray's growth spurt, maybe that's taking some of the pressure off of Domas as well, having to do as much. Would you say? I don't.
Absolutely.
Is that just me seeing that? Yeah. So that's always nice, and it's nice.
Do you think Keegan is the 3rd best player on this team?
I don't think we have a 3rd best player in this team. I think it's game by game. I think obviously Fox and Sabonis, they're either the 1 or 2. But I think it's situational, game by game, who the 3rd best player is. And you can't rule out HB because, Harrison Barnes comes up strong. He's Mr. Consistent. He can get to the free throw line. But yeah, I don't think we have a 3rd best player. I think we have a 3rd best player game by game. And I think it depends on what game we're playing, who the 3rd best player is going to be on the team. So, yeah, that's how I would probably go with that one.
I think that's totally fair. I don't see much argument against that. They've had different guys step up in that 3rd spot all season long.
Yeah.
So I totally agree.
I think I've got a couple more points. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is just Mr. Ice.
2 more, Fred.
Yeah, 2 more. De'Aaron Fox just Mr. Ice Cold, isn't it, at the minute? Just Mr. Ice Cold. He's just an assassin right now. That's my point on Fox. And also, my other one is Malik. Malik Monk, I think, he feeds off emotion. Like tonight, the game was very flat. The crowd was very, very flat. And I think Malik kind of feeds off of the crowd factor. And I think that's going to be huge for us in the playoffs. I think, with the energy in the building, I think Malik is going to be very, very consistent with putting up big performances when we need it.
Yeah, I think there is a tornado warning tonight in Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a huge storm that's moving through the middle part of the country right now. Tons of snow being dropped, tornadoes, weather, all sorts of extreme weather everywhere.
Yeah.
So
it snowed here.
Is that real? Really?
Volcano.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Did you know that it snows in Hawaii, Fred?
I didn't know that.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah. It's just very strange, isn't it? Like even here in the UK, but the whole of Europe at the minute is very cold, but in the UK, for some reason, we're pretty warm. Weather's a funny old thing, isn't it? But yeah, we're not here to talk about the weather, are we? But yeah, anyway, there's my points. There's my constructive ideas for you guys. So yeah,
I love it, man.
It's been a pleasure.
All great points.
Yeah,
brilliant.
You're going to have to bring notes more often, Fred. I like this. Maybe you can start writing some threads on Twitter about why the Kings are playing well. All really, really valid points.
Yeah, it's just nice, isn't it? You got to be constructive with this kind of thing as well. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you get back to doing your thing. And, yeah, hit the like button, people. Share some love. Share the show. Let's just give it a big share. These boys deserve to be noticed big time. So you two do a fantastic job. So there we go.
Thank
big
you,
love
Fred.
from the
Thank
UK.
you, Fred.
Appreciate
I
it.
got one more question before you can't leave
Yeah,
so
do
fast.
it.
I got one more question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
So we talked after the win over the Clippers.
Yeah.
What time did you make it to bed?
Oh, God. I suppose it must have been 8:30. It was just really, really hard to kind of come down after that. It was just such a buzz.
Fred, I gotta say, I watched that video you posted of yourself at the final play of the game. I must have watched it like 4 times in a row, dude, because it just fired me up so much every single time. It was great.
Yeah, you got to show that kind of passion. I can't be there in the crowd. I can't be there. Man. So, I've got to kind of, show my love for the team. Even from over here. So, we're all one, aren't we? We're all together.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Fred, you're a legend. Thank you so much for joining in, and hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday.
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, most definitely. See you soon.
All right, buddy. Have a good night, man.
Cheerio, guys.
Man, always good to hear from Fred. Fred, the legend, dude.
Definitely.
That's a real fan. What fan stays up till 8 a.m. in the morning after a game, watching? That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many times I would be able to do that.
I wonder if Fred ever sees the sun. Because he's like,
well, he did or Friday, right?
Yeah. He probably got sunburned Friday morning at 8 a.m. because he's never sees the sun. He's just out all night doing DJing, and then he watches the games, and then he's like, sun's coming up, time to go to sleep. That's how it was when I worked in the casino.
Oh yeah,
it was
nightlife, for sure.
Man, I was just in the casino. There's no windows, no clocks, no nothing, all night long, and then I get home from work. And it'd be, 6 a.m. And I'd be like, oh, man, I want to have a beer. I feel kind of weird having a beer at 6 a.m., but I want to have a beer. And I text all my friends. Nobody responds, obviously, because it's 6 a.m. And then I hear the garbage truck. And I'm like, okay, it's about time to go to sleep.
Time to wind it down.
Man, wild.
We got a pretty, I'm not going to say it's a heated conversation, but an important conversation happening in the chat right now about Kevin Huerter.
Oh, man. Tell me about it, Calvin. I haven't been paying too much attention to the chat. I apologize,
well, I mean,
guys.
It's no secret that Huerter has been struggling recently. And I think that more and more you're going to keep hearing the narrative, especially if Malik Monk comes in and all of a sudden puts up a career-high 45 points. Yeah. There's some grumblings about whether or not a change should be made in the starting lineup.
I brought this up in the last podcast, and you guys shut me down immediately.
I am still standing pat that they shouldn't make.
You guys were like, no. And everybody in the chat was like, no, he should not start. Yeah. He just had 45. It was one game, blah, blah, blah.
Now, look, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with pointing out obvious things. Charlie is obviously the number one leader on this, right?
Charlie or Charles?
Charlie is definitely advocating hard to get somebody to start. I think he wants Terrence Davis to start in place of Kevin Huerter. Okay. He does make some good observations. I really liked the one that he just put up in the chat about how teams are actively looking to get Kevin Huerter switched onto the player that they want to attack.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is definitely a weak point for them in that starting lineup defensively. He does make good plays off the ball. He gets his hands in the passing lane, makes some deflections. But overall, especially tonight, he just had a rough night. He gets beat a lot. He gives up drive after drive after drive. And when he's not scoring or not hitting from the three-point line, now I want to preface what I'm saying here with I do see that he still does other important things for this team. He works really well with Sabonis in the two-man game. He can create plays for others. He has in previous games been able to get himself inside and get good looks at the rim when his outside shot isn't falling. And the last thing I want to say is there have been a lot of players on this team, just about every player on this team outside of De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, we have talked about struggling at some point this season. Earlier this year, it was, is Keegan Murray ready to be a starter? Should they take him out of the starting lineup? Harrison Barnes has been pretty rock solid overall, but his numbers have kind of bounced up and down all over the place all year long. Terrence Davis has been in and out of the lineup. We all know how much Sass wants Malik Monk not to play up until a couple of days ago. Guys are going to go through these things all year long. You rely on your stars for, yes, I realize he's been struggling for a while, but this is still statistically one of the best starting lineups in the NBA. The bench is finally starting to come together again, playing like they were in November, averaging over 40 points per game. I would not change anything in the lineup, and I would not lose faith in any of the players on this team. It's a long year. Guys go through ups and downs. Some guys go through longer downs than others. Davion Mitchell, we talked all last season and a lot this season about how he hasn't made the next step offensively. That doesn't mean that this team is who they are because of the way that they've constructed it. So you don't just completely throw somebody away at this point in the season. You have to continue to ride these guys and be confident in them. That doesn't mean you don't point out that he isn't playing well, but you also expect the three-point shot to come back at some point, just like Malik Monk's did, just like Keegan Murray's did. There's going to be opportunities for him to help this team down the stretch, and I wouldn't be making a change to the lineup, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Charlie to me sounds like a guy that falls off a bike and does not get back on the bike because he says, oh, the bike hurt me, or I'm not feeling good, it's not working out, like I'm just going to ride a tricycle now because two wheels don't work for me. And he forgets about all the fun that he had riding the bike, right? And that fun will come back if you get back on the bicycle. I mean, I'm looking here at the stats, and although he hasn't been playing well recently and did horrendous, dude. Like, I was yelling at the TV during the three-point competition. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? He is absolutely horrendous. But people forget, I mean, I'm looking here at regular season stats for this year. He's still shooting 39% from three-point range, Calvin.
I still can't believe that.
He's almost shooting
unbelievable.
50% from the field, Calvin. He's averaging over a steal a game, almost 15 points a game. I mean, like, he has not played well as of late, but the fact that he still has these averages just goes to show how well he was playing earlier in the season. And you're right, Calvin, you got to stick with it. You can't mess things up. I mean, the most important statistic of all is the Kings are winning basketball games.
They're 10 games over 500.
They're 10 games over 500, which, Calvin, I mean, before this game, what's the most games they were over 500 this year?
9.
And before that game, what was the most games they were over 500 this year?
8.
Exactly. They are continuing to get better.
Yes.
I don't give a shit if Kevin Huerter and Charlie, I love you so much. I don't give a shit if Kevin Huerter shoots 0% from three-point range. If the Kings are winning basketball games, and it just goes to show how well this Kings team can be when all these guys are playing well and they're firing on all cylinders.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, Charles makes a great point here. Even when the outside shot is not falling, you still have to respect it. And the way that the Kings run their offense with the motion, spreading the floor wide, that's allowing open lanes for Fox. I realize he could get to the basket even if there wasn't an open lane. But it's unfair for a guy as quick as De'Aaron Fox is to have that extra space when they've got Keegan Murray in one corner, Harrison Barnes in another corner, and Kevin Huerter coming off of a Domantas Sabonis screen. They give him the ball, they swing it back around, and Fox has all the room in the world to work with. So it still is very important to the style of play and the offense that they run, even if the shot's not going to fall.
Yeah, and on the point of teams trying to switch on to Kevin Huerter, I mean, think about it. De'Aaron Fox is playing incredible defense. We all know HB is a good defender. Domas is not coming out to guard people on the perimeter. That's just not what he does. Keegan Murray, we just gave him his flowers earlier in the podcast.
He's doing
about
much
how much better
yes.
of a defender he's becoming. Yeah. So, I mean, you look at that lineup, who are you going to try and switch on to? It's going to be Kevin Huerter.
Well, and again.
And Calvin, he's averaging over a steal a game.
Yeah.
I know that that's not a perfect statistic to use in terms of like how good of a defender you are, but there's not a lot of shooting guards in the NBA that are not known for defense averaging over a steal per game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to stamp my approval on that without looking at the statistics, but I see what you're trying to say. I mean, again, you just can't. This team is who they are, as I've been saying since the All-Star break ended, right? We know that overall they're not a great defensive team, even though they can play good defense for short spurts. And that's the key, right? Like, all they have to do is play defense long enough for that offense to get clicking, for them to get a good enough lead that they can close it out in the fourth when they actually have been statistically good defensively. So,
Yeah, and Charlie says, what do you say? Dude, close out Herter
harder on Terrence
harder
Davis
on
than they
TD.
do on Herter.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That's fine because Herter's going to start making those shots again, and then they're going to be like, oh, shit. But, I mean, regardless of all that, the most important statistic that matters to me is the Kings are winning basketball games.
35 wins.
I think that's the most important. So
Definitely.
if they're winning games with Herter not playing well, I mean, what's putting Malik Monk in as a starting two? And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Malik Monk fan. I was wearing my Malik Monk jersey after the last win. Like, I'm a huge Malik Monk fan. But how can you get better than winning basketball games? If you're winning games, you put Monk in there, what's that going to do? Help you win more games? I mean, you're already winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, unless something dramatic happens, I'm probably sticking with Kevin Herter starting two. I think he's got the size.
I agree. You don't. It's just like the trade deadline, right? Whether you thought it was the right move or not, they doubled down on the guys that they have on this team. They didn't make any moves. I mean, Kessler Edwards, yes, they did add him, but they didn't make any significant moves. They didn't get rid of anyone. They didn't change the rotation in any major way.
Yep.
And again, I think in this moment, you double down on that fact. You're sticking with this group. They've overperformed to a certain degree at this point, and you're going to let them grow and make the playoff run together and grow even more in the postseason, get ready for another run next year.
Definitely. And Charlie, we love you so much. We appreciate you and all your opinions, all of you guys. You know, not everybody should agree on things. Like the whole reason of having this podcast, of having this open forum is so that people can say whatever they want. People can have different opinions. We can't all agree, but having an open conversation is the most important part. But like I said, Kings are winning basketball games, and I am happy.
Absolutely. And the bench is playing so well right now, too. Like, you know, if you bench Herter and he continues to struggle in that area, then all of a sudden the bench unit isn't playing as well together. They've got a good thing going right now. I don't think you mess with it.
What do you think Terrence Davis is averaging this year from three-point range?
Percentage-wise?
Yeah.
Probably like 34, 35.
He is at 37.9, almost 38.
Oh, wow. Much better than I thought.
So, I mean, he's right around the same area. He doesn't have the size that Kevin Herter has. The one thing that does bother me about Kevin Herter and something that I do like much better about Malik Monk and Terrence Davis is Kevin Herter's not shooting the ball well from the free throw line. He's below 70%, which is wild. I don't understand how
has been better towards the second half of the season. He started off horribly. Absolutely horribly.
I just don't get it. I mean, Malik Monk's shooting almost 90%.
Yeah.
Terrence Davis is shooting like 88% from the free throw line. I don't understand guys that can splash the three but not make the free throw. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. But Calvin, over the last 10 games, Kevin Herter, 61% from the free throw line.
Yeah, not great.
On the year,
Not great.
about 70%, 69.9. Gotta be better, man. Gotta be better. He's also dealing with a right hand injury. We saw him
that's
in
true.
pain.
You don't really know how much that's affecting him.
And I don't want to make excuses for guys because I'm not that person, but there's usually reasons for people not performing as well. And I'll leave it at that. Shout out to Fred Dixon. Fred, we see you. Thank you. Also, I don't think we said what's up to PK. Glad to see you. PK is in here. Ivan is here as well. Afghan is here. Callum is here. Sean is here. Welcome in, everybody. David, hopefully you guys had a wonderful weekend. This is a great way to cap off. Ryan's here, too. A great way to cap off your Sunday. Another Kings victory, 3-game winning streak. And as Calvin said, 10 games over 500. Calvin, 10 games over 500. All right. Couple more questions, and then I want to move on here. First question for you, Calvin. We saw the statistics about the Kings offense.
Hi, Elenia.
Hi, Elenia. Why does Elenia have a brown hand?
I don't know.
She's been hanging out in the sun too much.
I guess, yeah.
Elenia's not brown, just so you guys know. But her hand is. Totally lost my train of thought. Okay. Okay, here we go. So we saw the numbers. The Kings is on pace to have the best regular season offense of all time, the offensive rating, all this stuff. I mean, we thought this was a great offensive team in the first half of the year. My question to you.
They're historically good offense.
Is the offense getting better?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that, you add a lot of new pieces to this team. There was a point brought up, I don't know which game it was, 2 games or 3 games ago, about Domantas Sabonis when Coach Brown took over this team, them having sort of a butt heads argument conversation about how Sabonis should be playing, his style, how he can best effectively help the team offensively. They've seemed to, I think, work through all of those kinks now. I mean, yes, just like in any game or for any team except Friday's game, you sometimes make shots, you sometimes miss shots. It's the famous, it's a make or miss league, right? Like
it is a make or miss
league.
The
ball goes in sometimes, it doesn't other times.
And it doesn't lie.
But it doesn't lie. But in terms of how this team attacks, they're the hardest team in the NBA to guard because of their ability to attack in so many different ways. They've got all these great shooters on the outside. They have one of the best playmaking centers in the NBA, probably number 2 in the NBA, who can also score inside and is a great offensive rebounder. They've got the best mid-range scorer in the game, who's the fastest player in the game, can finish better than just about anybody statistically at the rim. And they play fast. They can play slow. They can beat you in the half court. This team can beat you in literally any way. And the Clipper game was a really, really great example of that, right? Because the Clippers came out in that zone, definitely to start the second half. It kind of affected the Kings for a little bit, but after a few possessions, they started to figure it out. Moved the ball, got it to the places that they wanted to get it to. They can pick you apart at any time and go on a huge run. I do think that the offense is getting better, yes, but more so just kind of maximizing their potential at this point in time.
Yeah, they really are. They really, really are. Before we move on, any other thoughts on this game tonight?
Just a really solid effort overall.
Okay.
I mean, I think you just have to be happy that they came out, handled business without SGA in the lineup, wire-to-wire win, got off to a good start. Thunder made a good run. They're a competitive team.
Made a bunch of threes.
Kings didn't bat an eye.
Yep.
Came back out in the fourth quarter and squashed it like they do.
Matthew, have a good night. Appreciate you. Come join us on Twitter Spaces next time. We'd love to hear from you. All right, Kings win tonight, 124-115 over the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, my last question before we wrap up this game and move on here is, what's the Thunder's mascot?
It's like a bison buffalo thing.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't
understand. They're like they're the prairie team. There's a bunch of buffalo and I don't know. I just made that up on the spot. I have no idea.
I just
if that's
don't
right
understand why these teams have these stupid mascots that have nothing to do with their name.
What's their mascot going to be? A cloud?
Maybe.
A dark cloud because of the thunder?
It's a stupid name.
Maybe it should be the boomsticks.
Who's afraid of thunder? I mean, like a dog?
Some people are.
A dog. A dog's
Some
the only
people
thing
are.
I can think of that's afraid of thunder.
The Thunder can be pretty intimidating sometimes.
Stupid team name. And see, the thing is they had the perfect opportunity. This is not a team like the Washington football team that's had a team for a really long time, team name for a long time. They have an opportunity now as well, or they ruined it already. But I'm just saying the Thunder had this bright opportunity where they were moving to a new city. They could change their name. They could be anything they wanted to be.
Their mascot when they were the Sonics was, what was that thing? A Yeti?
It was like a big basketball head, like green.
No, it was like a Yeti.
Calvin, I'm not talking about the Supersonics. I'm talking about the Thunder here. It's a stupid name. Could there have been a better name?
Oh, Callum, I don't even know what the Spurs mascot is. It should be a bat. That's what it should be.
A bat?
Yeah. They always have the bats flying around in San Antonio.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Thunder.
No, I was saying he brings up a good point. The Spurs have a worse mascot than the Thunder. I don't even know what the Spurs mascot is.
Their
but
mascot
it should
be a cowboy.
A bat.
Their mascot should be a cowboy with the spurs, boots with the spurs.
It's a coyote, Ryan
right?
says.
Like the song, boots with the spurs.
Fur.
Boots with the fur.
Yeah.
They could remix it. Remix.
Like that.
But, I mean, could you think of a better name for the Oklahoma City whatever? Thunder's stupid.
I don't know. I never thought the Thunder was a bad name.
I think it's a horrible name. All right, let's move on. I want to hear from you guys in the chat. If you guys have any better names for the Oklahoma City basketball team. Yeah, Tornadoes, much better name. They were just under a tornado watch tonight.
Tornadoes.
Yeah.
Tornadoes.
The
Okies. There you go. Yeah. I like that one, too.
I mean, my idea is not a good idea. I would have called them the Oklahoma City Bombers, but that is not a good name.
Oh, man, too soon. Or I guess not too soon. That was a long time ago, but...
Anyways, let's move on here. We got to give a congratulations to G-Man, 3,000 games. Wow, that is absolutely incredible, Calvin. I mean, what are we at now? We're at like maybe 200?
Something got to be a little more than that.
Yeah. 3,000's a lot.
3,000 is a lot more.
So like times 10.
If we get to 3,000, man, that's going to be quite an achievement.
You know what's funny is they showed some footage. They're like, here's the first game he called in Arco Arena. It was like 1996 or something like that. And I'm like, that MFer looks old. In that footage, he looked old.
He does.
And he's still kicking. Shout out to G-Man. All right, Calvin, I want to talk about the Rookie of the Year race, and then we're going to break down the next game and what to look forward to. So I got to ask you, Calvin, I want to look over some of these betting odds for Rookie of the Year. What site do you trust most? FanDuel, BetMGM, Caesars Sportsbook, PointsBet? Why are these all sideways? WinBet, Unibet, SI Sportsbook. Which one you want to go with here?
Let's go Caesars.
Okay, Caesars Sportsbook. Paulo Banchero is minus 1,000. Yeah.
Wow.
So overall favorite.
I think that's deserved.
Benedict Mathurin comes in number 2, plus 650. Then you got Walker Kessler, plus 2,500. Jaden Ivey at plus 5,000. Jalen Williams, one of the Williams brothers, at plus 7,500. And then you got Keegan Murray here at plus 10,000, Calvin. 10,000. He's number 6 on the list. Give me your thoughts here. Like, what do you think the Rookie of the Year race is looking like right now?
Those numbers you just gave me sound pretty legit to me. I have been surprised at how much of an impact Walker Kessler has made this season. I'm also surprised to see him that high on the list. Yes, he's a really great rim protector, and I think the Jazz definitely found maybe a little bit of a diamond in the rough there.
Dude, he's averaging 8 and 8.
But yeah, overall, I mean, he's a Rudy Gobert type guy, right?
Dude, he's like a Costa Kufas type guy.
Oh no, he's not Costa Kufas. But I do think, look, Keegan deserves to be in the conversation.
2.2 blocks.
I don't think that he's got much of a chance of winning, though. And that's not because he isn't good enough to win the award. It's just because, again, he plays on a really good team. All of those other guys don't play for good teams, so they're going to get their numbers every night. Keegan's going to have some games where, Fox goes off, Monk goes off, maybe even Kevin Huerter has a good game here or there. I know, call me crazy. But all of that stuff means that there's going to be multiple games here down the stretch where Keegan, his impact on winning could still be good, but he's not going to have the statistics that are going to earn him Rookie of the Year votes.
Do you know what he's averaging right now, Keegan Murray?
Probably like 11 points, a little in between 4 and 5 rebounds, a steal. And obviously the numbers are great from 3.
He's 11.9, so about 12 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 0.6 blocks, 0.7 steals, shooting 41% from 3, which is great. 44% from the field. I mean, the numbers, like you said.
He puts up good numbers. They're just, if you compare that to what Banchero's doing,
19.7,
you know, and Benedict Mathurin is a walking bucket as well. That dude has more 20-point games off the bench this year than any rookie, I think. So,
what's he averaging, you think?
He's got to be at like 15, 16 points a game, I would think.
I don't think I could take anybody seriously named Benedict because it just reminds me of Benedict Arnold.
He's a Canadian, eh?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see it right here. Canada. Benedict Mathurin. Can't take him seriously. Is Benedict Arnold from Canada?
I have no idea.
Do you remember? Oh, man, what was it? When LeBron left Cleveland and Dan Gilbert, he, owner of the Cavs, owns a bunch of shit, dude. I think he owns like, what's that lending platform? Quicken Loans?
Quicken Loans, yeah.
I think he owns Quicken Loans. He also owned that company Fatheads, where you get the thing, you put it on your wall and all that. So he was calling LeBron James Benedict Arnold for leaving, and he lowered the price of the LeBron James Fatheads to the year that Benedict Arnold did whatever. It's like 18 something.
Committed treason or whatever?
Yeah, whatever it is. I'm not good at history.
I'm not very good at it either.
But I can't take a guy seriously whose name is Benedict.
Well, he's a great basketball player, so you should take him seriously.
Points a game.
Okay.
4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, shooting 32% from 3-point range. Yeah, he's having a good year. He's having a great year.
He's having a very good year.
He's having a great year.
Very, very good year.
So
the rookie of the year is going to come down to those two guys.
Oh, Jaden Ivey. I forgot about. How's Jaden Ivey doing?
He's putting up decent numbers, but again, his team, I think they've got the worst record out of all three of those teams.
Yeah, they suck, dude. I'm so happy we didn't draft Jaden Ivey, but he's playing pretty good. 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, almost 5 assists. Much better name than Benedict. I'll give him that.
Yeah, much better.
33% from 3.
Oh man,
he's doing pretty good.
Killing me.
He's doing pretty good. You what?
My neck? I don't know. I got this crick in my neck.
Uh-oh. You've been nodding too much, huh? I agree. Disagree. What about Jalen Williams? Why is he on here?
Dude, Jalen Williams has been one of the biggest surprises of the NBA season for me. I mean, that dude, talk about a diamond in the rough. He was a fantastic pick for Oklahoma City out of Santa Clara, I believe.
12 points. Oh, but he's on a horrible team name. Yeah, he is Santa Clara.
This dude has been a really, really great find for them. The fact that he's a great defender, makes really, really tough shots, too.
12 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, almost 3 assists a game. Yeah. How'd he do tonight?
He had a good game.
Wow. 15 points, 4 assists.
Charlie, good call, man. I did not
steals.
see him breaking the top 3.
7 to 12. Wow.
I believe you, dude. I believe you. He's turned him into a really, really good player all of a sudden.
So for you,
not all of a sudden, but he's
Paulo's,
off to a great start.
Paulo's a lock then, huh?
I mean, it's just going to be really hard to take it away from him. Any rookie that averages over 20 a game, that just doesn't happen very often. So
should winning matter?
I think it should.
Because I feel like most of the guys that win, and sorry, I keep calling it the Rookie of the Year award. It's now the Wilt Chamberlain award. I got to get used to that. But I feel like most guys that win Rookie of the Year are on a shit team, right? Because top picks
and they typically put up big stat lines because they don't have the supporting cast, because
they're not trying to win.
Right.
All right. Okay, so you're betting on him then?
I would definitely bet on him.
Okay. Yeah. I saw somebody in the chat mention 6 Man of the Year odds, so we can go over this real quick. Caesars, again. Who do you think's the front runner?
For 6 Man of the Year?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll give you a hint. It's not.
It's probably
Malik
more obvious than I'm thinking, but
and it's not Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, although Benedict Mathurin's probably got a good case for it. I don't know.
It is
Jordan Clarkson, maybe?
Malcolm Brogdon.
Ooh, Malcolm Brogdon. Forget he comes off the bench sometimes.
Yeah, it's funny. They still have Russell Westbrook on here too, but he's a starter now. What does that mean? How can you win 6-man if you're a starter now?
Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, he's a starter on the Clippers now.
That's true. He is.
That's weird.
I mean, they'll
Is that who you
have
bet
to adjust the.
You bet on him?
Russell Westbrook?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, because he's a starter now. I mean, how many games do you start before you're like not?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
So Malcolm
Brogdon
is the favorite at -185. Norman Powell, who's having a pretty good season, +250. Your guy Tyrese Maxey +300. Russell Westbrook +2500. Bobby Portis +3500.
Oh man, dude, if he hadn't been hurt for a good stretch of games, Bobby Portis would have a really good shot. Really good shot.
Then you got Emmanuel Quickley at +6,000. Benedict Mathurin +5,000. And Malik Monk. Okay, Malik Monk is +3,000, but according to FanDuel, he's +10,000.
Wow.
FanDuel's got much better odds. Except for the favorite. Okay, that's how they make up their money. They take
Shout out
more
to
on
Jay, man. We running the table.
They
I love
take
it.
more on the guaranteed stuff. It's really cool that we're involved in a lot of these races, right? We got not that they're going to win, but Keegan Murray is in the talks for Rookie of the Year.
No.
Malik Monk is in the talks for, Wilt Chamberlain Award.
You can just call it the Rookie of the Year.
What's the 6-Man of the Year award now?
Who cares
What's
what
it
the name
called
is?
now?
Who cares?
What is it? Oh, the John Havlicek trophy. Malik Monk is now in talks for the John Havlicek trophy. That's a hard one to say. Really cool signature, though. I have an autographed jersey by his. It's so clean, dude. So clean. One of the best signatures I've seen. Mike Brown.
Oh, lock for Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
Lock for Coach.
What other participation trophies do they have?
Well,
like a Kobe
MVP.
Kobe Award? Or that's All-Star Game MVP?
That's All-Star Game MVP, I believe.
Sabonis, MVP Award?
I mean, Fox is playing his way into there more than Sabonis at this point, I would say.
Who do you think?
He's not going to win, but...
Who do you think's the favorite for 6-man? Defensive Player of the Year?
Oh, probably Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay, so Benedict Arnold, a traitor. Sorry, I got stuck on Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold was an early hero of the Revolutionary War who later became one of the most infamous traitors in U.S. history. At the outbreak of the war, Arnold participated in the capture of the British garrison of Fort, can't pronounce that, in 1775. Yeah, 1775. So he lowered all the LeBron James fatheads. They were on sale for $17.75.
75 cents.
So you would have got a steal if you bought those and you held them until he came back to Cleveland, and then you're like, bro, I got a really good discount.
You got it signed by chance?
Oh.
And yeah, shout out to Charles, man. Big announcement. The Kings are going to be on national TV, Barry.
Oh, against the Knicks.
Finally. March 9th against the Knicks.
They could have found a much, much better game than that.
I mean, that should be a pretty good game. Kings lost to him in New York. The Knicks have been playing pretty well lately. What's his name? Julius Randle is on a tear right now, just coming off a career-high 46, I believe.
All right, I'm looking up NBA. Who do you think's the favorite for NBA Defensive Player of the Year?
Oh, Jay, I'm jealous. I wish I could be at that game. For MVP?
NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Also known as the
Bill Russell
Hakeem
Olajuwon
Award. Dude, they should have named it the Dwight Howard Award. That guy was killing it, dude, when he was in his prime. The favorite, according to Caesars, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
JJJ.
JJJ.
Triple J. Then you got Brooke Lopez.
Also having a great year.
Adebayo, Nicholas Claxton, Giannis, Alex Caruso. Oh, wow, I do not see any Kings on here.
Well, that doesn't surprise me at all.
I'm keep scrolling.
I don't think you're going to find anybody on the Kings mentioned
Kessler
for Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm still going. Damn, Rudy Gobert is plus 37,000. Holy cow. Isn't he the reigning? Isn't he won like 3 in a row or something?
Did Giannis win last year? I don't remember who won last year.
We're getting really sidetracked here, and I love it. How do you spell his name, dude? Rudy Gobert. Man,
No, I think. I guess Charles says he did win it last year. That was what, his third?
I think so. I think it was 3 in a row. Man, dude, this guy. Every time I look at his picture, it just reminds me of him touching on the microphone.
Oh, dude, yeah, that'll be an image that a lot of people can probably never get out of their head.
Man, I mean, like, I feel like a lot of us have things that, like, we do and we instantly, like, regret, in our lives. But, like, how many people have one on that stage where you're like,
yep,
yeah, probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was crazy.
That was rough.
That was absolutely crazy. So 3-time NBA All-Star, 3-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year. He won in 2018, 2019, and 2021. So he is the reigning. He should have won in 2020. He shut down the entire NBA. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any Kings on here. All right, let's move on. Let's move on before we lose everybody. Okay, so let's just take a look here in the standings. They are looking pretty good, Cal. They're looking
great, man. A game and a half out of second place in the Western Conference. Can you believe that?
It's feeling great. So Denver is in first place at 42-19. You got Memphis at 36-23. The Kings 35-25. Wow, that is incredible. Guess what? Our Clippers buddies, we just beat them. They just dropped below the Phoenix Suns. So Phoenix is in fourth place, and the Clippers are now in fifth place. The Kings got 2 games coming up. Well, they got a lot of games coming up, actually. But the next 2 games are against the Oklahoma City Thunder and then against the Clippers again. Yeah. So those are definitely exciting games. Tuesday against Oklahoma City Thunder in OKC. It's the last of the 3-game road trip before they return home, play the Clippers, the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, and the New York Knicks. Pelicans game is on NBA TV, and the Knicks game is on TNT. Those are phenomenal, Calvin. Those are great games. But, hey, let's talk about Tuesday's game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. If you've been watching the entire stream, you know that Calvin's keys are exactly the same. So, Calvin,
I'm not changing them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
Let's hear your keys.
I will say there's one asterisk here. If SGA is going to play on Tuesday, I would say one of the keys to the game are going to be trying to keep him off the foul line. It's a really hard thing to do. But that dude gets to the charity stripe a lot, and definitely, they build on that offensively and can get rolling when he just gets to the free throw line over and over and over again. But number one, they got to take care of the ball. Oklahoma City is great at forcing turnovers. They forced 20 tonight. Number two is feed the ox. I think Sabonis has got to find a way to be a little bit more aggressive in those minutes when De'Aaron Fox is not on the floor. Especially if the Kings are struggling to shoot from the outside during those same minutes. They've got to get the ball to Sabonis and try to get some easier opportunities, easier looks at the basket. Maybe even he gets to the free throw line and puts an already small lineup in foul trouble. That would be big. And then number three is crash the glass, just like they did tonight. 2 games they've played against Oklahoma City this season, 13 offensive rebounds in both games. That's big time. Second chance points. It was huge for them in the fourth quarter to pull away. So definitely crash the glass.
You gave us a pretty close prediction on tonight's game.
I missed it.
You want to take a stab at Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Kings continue to roll. I do think, again, it's obviously hard to predict, right, whether or not SGA plays. That's going to change the game a lot. But I think that this offense, as I mentioned, going into this game, is just on a complete tear right now. They're rolling. I think the Kings go over 120 points again on Tuesday. I will say 122 to 114.
122 to 114 Tuesday. Kings win, right?
Kings win, of course. Yes.
Okay. And how many pieces of pizza do you think Nick eats?
Nick is going to have 7 pieces of pizza.
7?
He took the day off today, so
okay.
Tuesday he's going to go for gold.
So 7 no pizza today and tomorrow for Nick?
Yeah, it's kind of like Thanksgiving, right? The day before the days before leading up to Thanksgiving, you eat everything, you expand the stomach.
Yeah.
And then the morning comes, you take the day off and boom, go right into Thanksgiving dinner hard.
I think I'm going to order some pizza tonight from Roundtable.
That sounds good. We're actually going to be barbecuing if you want some of that. But
are you barbecuing pizza?
No.
Okay.
Well, barbecue chicken, you can put it on your pizza if you want.
was your phone not working yesterday?
It was for most of the day.
That was
was really weird.
right?
Yeah, I was worried.
I woke up, my phone was like not working, and I'm like, that's weird. So first thing I do, because we live here and shit happens, I go online. Nobody else is talking about the phone's not working. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's my phone. Reset my phone. It's still not working. I get Asha's phone. Her phone's working. So I'm like, okay, it must be my phone. First thing I think is like, maybe I didn't pay the bill. It's always on auto pay, but maybe like I got a new card or something happened, Mm-hmm. So I go to log into my AT&T account. Shout out to AT&T. And
I don't know if we give them a shout out in this moment.
oh yeah, yeah. They got to hear this. I just try to get their attention, Calvin.
Oh, okay.
You know when you like say somebody's name 3 times, then all of a sudden they're like there. AT&T, AT&T, AT&T. So anyways, I go to my AT&T account and I try and log in, right? Password, name, email, all that stuff. It says, you have not logged in a while. Let us text you a code to verify your account. Of course, can't get the code because my phone doesn't get text messages because I have no service. So I end up calling customer service. They walk me through the thing, take out my SIM card, put it back in. I update my phone. I reset it. I go through the whole process. And the guy finally tells me, your SIM card's bad. You should go to the store and get a new SIM card.
Oh man, they
right?
really sent you for a loop here.
Luckily, I was homesick. Couldn't go to the store.
Yeah.
So I just waited a couple more hours, and then I started seeing other people's phones weren't working. So I'm like, okay, it's not just me. But those effers, mother effers, try to get me to drive to the other side of the island to go troubleshoot my phone.
Yeah, screw those guys, man.
Yeah.
I thought missed a payment on the bill.
Right?
Yeah. I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, man,
I better get on this so that the phone, but I had to go to work. So then I get to work, and the first thing that everybody says when I get to work, people come up to me, hey, is your phone working? And I'm like, oh, no, it's not working. Yours too? No, my phone's not working. Except for the lucky Verizon people or the goody two-shoes Verizon people are all like, well, my phone's working.
T-Mobile, no good. AT&T, no good. And you know the funny thing is, I don't think I've ever had my phone suspended from not making a payment. So I don't know why that was like the first thing that went through my head. It's like, oh, probably didn't pay my bill. Oh, it's my fault. It's not AT&T. It's my fault. So then here's the funny thing, Calvin, was the guy, when I was on the phone, actually, he was a little helpful. He showed me how to turn on Wi-Fi calling on my phone. So then I could call people that also knew how to turn on Wi-Fi calling.
Yeah.
So in the afternoon, I call Roundtable, and I'm like, hey, I want to place an order for pickup. You know what they tell me? They say, our system's down. We're only taking orders in the store.
Bummer for you.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you only taking orders in the store? They're like, you can't order online and you can't order on the phone, but you could come in and order. And I'm like, I live across the street. Can you like write down my order and like make it and I'll come pick it up? And they're like, the wait time's only 25 minutes. Okay, so I'm supposed to go over there and wait, order, and then sit there on those stupid square tables in round table. The tables are square, Calvin. Sit there and wait for them to make my pizza for 25 minutes. So I didn't even do it. So I've been having this pizza craving for a while. And
we did it again, man. We went off on a pizza rant.
Maybe that's why I need to get pizza.
There's also a rant going on in the chat here over who's more deserving of the MVP, Giannis or Jokic. Do you have a dog in the fight, Barry?
I want to finish this pizza thing.
Okay, please
and then we'll
go
jump
ahead.
to that. So I'm trying to figure out what I want tonight. Asha wants pineapple.
Love pineapple on pizza.
I don't know.
Unpopular opinion, but I love it.
Pineapple on pizza. So normally I go with like the combo. They used to have 2. I used to work at Round Table. How long ago was that? Almost 20 years ago. Wow, that's crazy. 18 years ago. They had a Wombo combo, and then they had like the King Arthur Supreme. I like the King Arthur Supreme personally, but it doesn't have pineapple on it, so of course I can't get it because she wants pineapple. And I don't know. Sometimes the Maui Zowie just has too many toppings on it. So I think I want to go pepperoni, pineapple, but then she wants mushroom. And I don't think pineapple and mushroom really go that well together.
I don't know if I've ever had that combination before.
Maybe pepperoni.
I like mushrooms and I like pineapple.
Yeah, me too. But maybe like pepperoni, pineapple on one half, and pepperoni mushroom.
You're gonna go
on the other half.
the crazy 17 different
No,
topping
just
combinations. I want 2 slices pepperoni and pineapple. I want 2 slices.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex.
Why not get a pizza, right?
Shout out to
Why
Alex.
not? Canadian bacon and pineapple. Absolutely love that
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah. Why is it Canadian bacon? Isn't it just ham?
Well, there's ham and there's Canadian bacon.
Isn't it the same thing?
No, it's the pigs that are raised in Canada are Canadian bacon.
Oh, like,
Obviously.
like Benedict Mathern.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let me get that Benedict Mathern bacon, that Benedict bacon.
Fox and Sabonis
Okay.
deserve MVP more than Giannis or Joker.
Let's
Wow.
do
That is a
MVP.
hot take right there, Ivan. I like it.
MVP odds. Who do you think's the favorite?
Oh, and thank you for the Canadian bacon education.
It's back
It's
bacon.
back bacon.
Back.
There's pork belly and there's Canadian bacon, back bacon.
Wouldn't belly be better than back?
Oh, pork belly is delicious.
Okay. Are you a belly guy or a back guy?
I don't know. I feel like you're trying to back me into a corner here with that question. I don't like that. I'm going to plead the fifth on that
I
one.
don't like that. All right, MVP odds. Who's the favorite, Calvin?
Oh, it's I almost said a combination of Jokic and Giannis, but it's Jokic.
Oh, man. He's trying to cheat here. You can't just say 2 names. Okay.
It's Jokic.
Nikola Jokic. Wow, is this a 3-peat for him?
It would be if he wins.
Wow. So he's the favorite. Second up, who's on second? Great old skit. Or who's on first? Who's on second?
What's on second?
Joel Embiid.
Another guy probably not getting talked about enough.
Who's on third, or what's third?
I have no idea.
What?
I don't remember.
What'd you say? Who's
What's on
first?
second?
What's on second? Okay. Giannis is on third.
Giannis
there.
is on third.
Then you got Jason Tatum, Luka, the Don.
Yeah.
If you would have asked everybody before the season, they would have put Luka number 1.
Yeah,
So-
I think he was definitely a lot of people's pick.
Whoever bet on Luka, Mike, I mean, probably lost some money. And Ja Morant, and then LeBron.
Man, another guy that probably isn't going to get enough love.
Oh, I see
for
De'Aaron
what
Fox
he's
is
doing.
on here.
What are the odds?
We gotta send this to.
They even have an odd for him. It's an actual number. It's not
Oh yeah,
infinite.
we gotta send this to Pat, dude. He's got better odds than Steph Curry.
Oh, well, he's played more games. So
Yeah, exactly. Domas is on here. So De'Aaron Fox is plus 20,000. Wow, that's a great bet, guys. Domas is plus 25,000. I was expecting to look up here, and after we were talking about pizza for a long time and a bunch of random stuff, that there'd be like 5 people watching.
now we're going strong here.
Still
I mean,
50
the
people
chat
here.
is locked and loaded on this MVP debate right now.
Okay, I haven't been paying attention to the chat much, Calvin. Can you sum it up for me?
Well, I mean, it's to sum it up, it's
Is Charlie's involved.
Jokic or Giannis. Who's more deserving of MVP?
Jokic or Giannis? Well, let's pull up the stats, Calvin, because you know what they say. Stats don't lie.
Stats don't lie, just like the ball.
All right, Giannis. I mean, I don't even know if Giannis's name fits on the MVP trophy. Nikola Jokic. All right, who do you think's averaging more points per game?
Giannis.
Giannis is averaging, oh, wow, dude, 31.3 points per game? Holy cow.
Good point, Charlie.
Is that
or
a
sorry,
career high?
Charles. Man, Charles and Charlie, and you guys are like the two guys fighting it out the most in this
No, I'm
debate
Charles.
here too.
No,
It's-
I'm
it's
Charles.
confusing me.
It's like the Spider-Man meme where they're just
Yeah.
pointing. No, I'm Charles. Wow, dude, this is a career high for him. That's pretty incredible. 31.3 points per game
Yep.
for Giannis. Man, I hate all these stupid ads on here.
I know, it's rough.
God, Basketball Reference, they're really losing it. Come on, I can't even get past this. Okay, and
Oh, look who just checked in. Welcome, Bouncer.
oh,
In the building.
Yeah, I think we just need to start dragging these things on longer so the bouncer can join in. So Jokic is averaging 24.5 points per game, which is actually, it's a low for the past 3 years that he's won MVP, or 2 years.
Yeah. Well, in those other years, Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. didn't play as much, so he had to score more.
However, he's averaging more assists, Calvin, than he did in the prior 2 years. He's averaging
because they're playing.
He's averaging a triple-double.
Yeah. He's also shooting, like 62% from the field or something like that?
He
it's
is
just,
shooting,
it's absurd.
What is he shooting here? 63.2%. That's incredible. That is incredible. That's a career high.
Incredible.
That's a career high. So career high in shooting percentage for him. Career high in assists. He's averaging 1.3 steals, 0.7 blocks, 24.5 points per game, 11.6 rebounds per game, and 10 assists per game.
Bouncer doesn't miss a beat, man. Walks in and Charles versus Charlie, hell in a cell. I love it.
Oh, right. I like it. Okay. And then as far as Giannis goes, 31.3 points per game, 12 rebounds, 5.4 assists, Calvin. He has not averaged that low assist number since the 2017-2018 season. 0.8 steals per game, 0.8 blocks. Wow, he's really dropped off defensively. I mean, last year he's 1.1 steals, 1.4 blocks. The year before that, average. I mean,
well, again, Brook Lopez back surgery, didn't play a lot of games. That's the dude that's anchoring the defense and blocking all the shots right now.
This is the worst steal and blocks that he's averaged per game since his rookie year.
Also the most points.
That's wild. But yeah, most points per game. That's interesting. Interesting debate here. He is shooting 53.8% from the field and a whopping 27% from three-point range. The Joker's averaging 40%. 40%. Wow.
That's crazy. And he attempts how many a game, Jokic?
Jokic is averaging 2.1.
Oh, okay. It's not as many as I thought.
Yeah,
but
last
still.
year, 3.9 last year. So half the attempts. And Giannis is averaging almost 3 attempts per game. He should be averaging less. And then as far as records go, the Milwaukee Bucks are second in the East at 43-17, and the Denver Nuggets are number 1 in the West at 42-19. Calvin, who you taking for MVP?
Well, look, I mean, here's the thing, and this is the reason why this conversation has gone on so long. I do want to mention the Nuggets are also up by 8 right now at halftime over the Clippers. So
all right.
Could be 43rd win of the season and could be another game ahead in the standings for the Kings from the Clippers. But the problem with this argument is there are so many different ways that people define what the most valuable player is. Best player overall in the NBA, most important player to his team, most important player on the best team, best statistical player. Like, there's a lot of different angles, and I know that most people combine a lot of these into their argument, but the problem is that there's so many different ways to define it. It's like there is no real easy way or clear-cut way. Just like you can go to the statistics and say, well, Giannis is averaging more points and all this stuff. You can't really do that when you talk about MVP. You can't say because of X, Y, and Z, this person is obviously the clear favorite. I mean, people do it, but there's just not a mathematical formula that results into who should be MVP. So I'm fine with either of these guys winning it. I think you definitely have to be on a winning team, like has been said in the chat here. Jokic won the MVP last year when they were 6th in the Western Conference, but he put up ridiculous numbers. So he's not as good of a defender as Giannis is. There's so many different ways that you can take this.
Yeah. Joseph's got an opinion here.
Yeah, let's hear it.
He says, not a Maui Zowie fan.
Oh, man. Really?
It's
because of the sauce.
It's the Polynesian sauce. It's too
Joseph,
sweet.
you got to change it to red sauce, man. It'll change that pizza for you.
Yep, you got to switch it out. I'm also still trying to get over this. Nick is asking me to send him one of these light the beam signs.
Oh, Well, just tell him Brittany. Tell him to go to Brittany.
Yeah. He's mooching off of us, Calvin. I sent him a shirt. He thinks I'm going to send him everything. He asked me the last time, you're going to buy me pizza?
That's true. Well, we got to get to Sacramento. He'll get us some pizza when we go. But Ivan, I agree with you. Bouncer is the MVP of the chat.
He's the real MVP.
The real MVP. And yes, pineapple on pizza is a W.
First good take tonight by Charlie. I'm just kidding.
No,
Charlie.
you've had some great takes, dude. But
who does he say is MVP?
I think Giannis. I know it's not Jokic, but
he says Giannis.
I'm not sure if there's somebody out there you want more than Giannis. But
who are you taking?
It's just so hard.
It's hard.
But you can make really good arguments for both of these guys.
It's really hard.
Jokic is doing something that we've never seen done before. To shoot 63% while averaging a triple-double, man, it's just mind-blowing. But Giannis is so deserving as well. Both of their teams are really great as well. Like, I mean, to say that, you know, if you take either one away from them, which team would be better? I don't know, because both teams are really, really good. They're deep. They play. They're loaded. The Bucks are probably a better defensive team overall.
Charlie says,
but the Nuggets have gotten a lot better defensively
healthy,
this year.
He'd take him every year.
He's certainly in the conversation. I think LeBron should definitely have more MVP awards than he does.
Yeah, if Brandon Roy was healthy, he'd be a Hall of Famer.
Tatum has had a great year too. I mean, you've got so many guys averaging over 30 points a game this year. Look, Damian Lillard, for example, like, he's missed a lot of games this season, but when he's played, he's been incredible. He should probably have some. He's not going to win because he hasn't played enough, and their team is on the outside looking in. But I was big on Embiid last year. I would have given it to Embiid, probably.
Dude, LeBron does. He should have more MVPs.
Absolutely, he should have more MVPs.
He should.
Oh, Dame has 66 points today? See? I'm telling you, man.
He got on track in that three-point contest.
He sure did. So it's really hard. But, I mean, if I had to pick, I'd probably take Giannis. But I don't know. Either one. I like Giannis better as a player.
The thing about it is it's supposed to be a regular season award, but they don't give it out at the end of the regular season. So I'm going to end up voting for whoever goes further in the playoffs. Between those two guys, at least. Oh, man, it's so hard, dude. That really, really is a hard one. If Giannis was putting up better defensive stats, I would have gone with Giannis. I think I'm probably going to go with the Joker.
I do think because you just said it's a regular season award, right? To me, the Western Conference might have gotten a lot better and is really tight, gotten a lot better at the trade deadline and is really tight, but the quality of the top 5 teams in the Eastern Conference, I would say, is better. It has been better this season than the quality of the top 5 teams in the Western Conference. So if Milwaukee somehow squeaks out the number 1 seed over Boston, I would definitely give more points to Giannis for that.
What do you think about Kevin Love joining Miami?
Interesting. I mean, Miami they've been such a difficult team to figure out all year long. Up, down, up, down. I think Kyle Lowry has really hurt them over the past couple of seasons.
He really has.
A big decline from him.
Did you hear that rumor that they had a deal in place? Who was it? They were going to pick up a point guard. Was it Fred VanVleet or Kyrie?
I'm not sure. There's always so many of those rumors.
There was a rumor going around that they had a trade in place for a starting point guard. If you guys remember who it was, let me know in the chat. And they couldn't pull the deal because they couldn't get a hold of Pat Riley, and Pat Riley was asleep.
Oh, wow. Dude, how much time is left in that Portland game? Oh, not much time. I was wondering he's got 71. Second 71-point game this season. Good grief is right, man. Yes, the Blazers are going to win. They're up 128 to 113 with a minute left.
You think De'Aaron Fox will ever have a 71-point game?
Probably not, because he just can't unless he can get really hot from 3.
Yeah.
The only way you get to 71 points is if you if you make like 25 or more free throws over the course of a game, which is possible for him, but I don't see it happening.
I don't even know how to look for this. Pat Riley sleeping. He's 77. He's 77 years old. All right, last thing before we end this thing, Calvin. Did you see some people in the chat talking about anchovies on pizza?
I did not, but that is one line I will not cross. No anchovies for me. I'll do anchovies on a Caesar salad, but that's about as far as I'll go.
Oh, I think it was Kyle Lowry to the Clippers from maybe John Wall. Where's John Wall now, huh? Maybe he was sleeping for a reason. Interesting. Wait, what'd you say? No anchovies?
No anchovies for me.
Why not? You don't like fish?
Oh, don't take it there. I like fish sticks, though.
You like fish sticks? Oh, man. I'm not even going to go there either.
They just, they're not good enough for pizza, I think.
There you go. You heard it first. Do better, anchovies. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode. This one kind of ran a little long, but hey, we're making up for some lost time. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate you all. Please don't forget to smash up that like button, hit that subscribe button. And when this video ends, it's going to forward you to the scheduled video, our next stream for Tuesday. I would love it if you write your predictions for that game in the chat. But thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night. In the meantime, go Kings. Thunder fans get a better team name.